Good luck.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Embry Riddle Havacılık Üniversitesi'nden Bobby bizlere sunumunu yapıyor olacak. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Bobby, the stage is yours now.
All right, thank you so much, Zeynep. Hello, everyone. My name is Bobby Brannigan. I'm the Associate Director for International Admissions here at Embry Riddle Aeronautical University, our Daytona Beach, Florida campus. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to talk to you about careers in aerospace, aviation, and beyond. I'll go over some things that Embry Riddle has to offer and what you could potentially do with our degree programs from our university. So without further ado, I will introduce you to our three campuses that we have. Like I said, I work in Daytona Beach, Florida, which is the left picture. We do have a beautiful campus at the foothills of the Bradshaw Mountains in Arizona in the middle picture. And then we do have a worldwide or online programs that are available as well. So you can get your education virtually anywhere. And we were actually ranked #1 by the US News and World Report for 17 years in a row for the undergraduate bachelor degree programs. So just a little bit of quick info about Embry Riddle. I wanted to show you this video, kind of get you hyped up a little bit, kind of explain to you a little bit better what we're all about.
Blazing trails in technology, aviation, business, and cybersecurity. A future defined by innovation, finding solutions for industry partners as the world's premier aerospace institution. Our continuing success speaks for itself. We've earned top distinctions across our campuses and worldwide. We're training the workforce of tomorrow, adding value to the industries we serve, and expanding our growing global reach. We promote problem-based discovery in career-focused programs. We are the leading edge, a global education leader opening up opportunities for students. Our history and heritage spans nearly 100 years, founded with a vision of endless possibilities to launch new generations of pioneers and dreamers, putting the future firmly into focus for us and for you. Embry Riddle Aeronautical University. What will you explore with us?
All right, so hopefully you're able to see the video and hear it. So that's kind of just a hype video, kind of explains a little bit more about Embry Riddle in a nutshell. So let's explore some possibilities for your future. So did you know that nearly 66 million jobs are supported worldwide in aviation and related fields? Of this, 10.2 million people work directly in the aviation industry. So at Embry Riddle Aeronautical University, our strength does lie in the fields of flight, engineering, business, technology, and space. So I just wanted to show you a quick positive part of this current times that we're in, this pandemic. History does show us how world aviation recovers from crisis. So as you can see, this is a graph of the world aviation between 1950 and 2012. So just thinking about the different types of crises that our world has encountered: oil crisis, Gulf crisis, Iran-Iraq war, the 9/11 terrorist attack, world recession. So as you can see, the world of aviation gradually continues to rise. This is revenue for passengers in kilometers as well. So you know, as of right now, obviously the world is kind of still at a standstill, but we will grow and we will come out of this with even more knowledge than previously. And so we will be able to adapt, you know, and the world of aviation is just going to bounce right back. So there's not only pilots that are needed, but there's aircraft maintenance, air traffic controllers, you know, all different types of everything that go into, you know, engineering. So they go into the world of aviation. So just thinking about that and other options that are in the aviation field. So our mission is your success. So some great things about Embry Riddle. 7 of our graduates actually went on to become astronauts. More than 137,000 Embry Riddle alumni are around the globe, which means you have industry partners. They're in high executive positions at, say, Boeing or United, SpaceX, Siemens, those types of organizations as well. So you definitely have a well-connected network around the entire globe. Our campuses are ranked #1 in their respective states, Florida and Arizona, for highest earning potential for the bachelor degree graduates. Our industry career expos attract more than 100 companies as well. Every fall, every spring, we have those on our campuses. Right now they are virtual, but we are hoping to be able to welcome back everybody physically to our expos. As of right now, we do have students on our campuses. We are, we have very stringent health wellness checks and everything like that during the day. So anybody that comes to our campus is going to have their temperature taken. They have bottles of sanitizer, wearing masks 24/7, you name it. We are setting the standard as well. So top 5 online bachelor programs ranked in the top 5 for the past 7 years. We're actually #1 yet again by U.S. News and World Report. #1 in aerospace engineering in the nation as well. First and only aerospace physiology Bachelor of Science program in the nation. So this has to do with pre-med. So it kind of goes along the lines of hydrotherapy and different types of hyperbolic chambers and those types of things. So the way that humans are interacting with these machines, the way that our bodies interact and react to different types of environments, that's kind of what you'll learn there. There's also rotation in local hospitals as well. So if you wanted to do something like pre-med, aerospace physiology is definitely something that you're able to go into. Nutritionists, those types of things. First College of Security and Intelligence in the nation as well. I'll kind of touch on our labs, but just wanted to let you know one cool thing about that is that we have an ethical hacking lab, which is pretty cool. It's a very controlled environment. You kind of divided into teams. So Team A is trying to hack into Team B and vice versa. So you're able to learn how to build firewalls, build software, everything that has to do with security and intelligence as well. Like I alluded to, worldwide online, we are ranked the best online programs, U.S. News and World Report for bachelor degrees. This says 2020. We just received the 2021 results last month, so I will be updating this slide as well. But you can definitely earn your degree program anywhere in the world. All of our faculty are established in their fields. A lot of them do actually teach on our residential campuses, so it just kind of depends, where you're at in your career and what you want to do. So going into our different programs, aviation and business. So employment categories in support of air transportation are expected to grow by 25% through 2022. This is from the Boeing Company's Pilot and Technician Outlook, and this still actually is valid even with this pandemic. So they do project that there's going to be a lot, over 800,000 new civil aviation pilots, over 760,000 new maintenance technicians, over 900,000 new cabin crew will be needed to fly and maintain the world fleet over the next 20 years. So remember that graph that I showed you earlier, we're only going to increase in passenger revenue, we're only going to increase in new airlines, new airports, new airplanes. So a little bit about our programs that we offer. Bachelor degrees. We have Aeronautical Science, so that is our most popular program. This is our flight program. We have fixed, which is regular wing, and then rotary are helicopters. So yes, we do helicopter training as well. That is at our Preston, Arizona campus. We do the fixed wing at both of our residential campuses, Florida and Arizona. If you are very interested in aviation and don't really want to go into actually becoming a pilot, Aeronautics is a great program for you. Air traffic management, aviation business administration, business analytics, forensic accounting and fraud examination. So logistics and supply chain management. We go up to the master's and doctoral degrees for many of these programs as well. So once you complete your bachelor degree, you can potentially move on, go into higher education to your master's degree as well. Engineering and space. So we are the nation's largest educator of aerospace engineers. Real world research that could take you anywhere from Embry Riddle. A new generation of space professionals is needed as all aspects of the space industry undergo astronomical changes. Space tourism is introduced. We're launching rockets left and right, definitely from Cape Canaveral here in Florida. It's about an hour away from our campus. We have a viewing deck on our student union here on our campus as well. So we definitely are, this is growing for sure, the space age. There's a new space hotel that's going to be begun to be built. So space is definitely something that should be at the forefront of everyone's mind moving forward. So these are the different types of bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees that we have. So aerospace engineering, astronomy and astrophysics. You have civil, computer, electrical, engineering, physics, all different types of engineering. We have labs and facilities on campus. Class sizes are about 24 to 1. Student to faculty ratio. So it's a lot of practical knowledge. You're going to be in the classroom. You're not just going to be sitting in a lecture hall. Master's degrees, same thing. Civil engineering, cybersecurity engineering, aerospace engineering, engineering physics, software, mechanical, systems engineering as well. One cool thing about our engineering programs and a couple of our other programs as well, we offer an advanced, an accelerated master's program, which means that you can begin your bachelor degree, and then in your last year of your bachelor degree program, you're going to begin master's courses. Typically, bachelor degrees take 4 years, master's degrees take 2. In the accelerated master's program, it's only going to take you 5 total, so it's 1 less year that you're going to receive your bachelor's and master's degrees, which is pretty cool. Safety, security, and intelligence. So that is housed in our College of Security and Intelligence. Today, individuals, corporations, and governments are interested in protection against cyber threats, natural disasters, occupational illness, and industries, those types of things. So this is one of the fastest growing career paths in the world. Highly trained safety, security, and intelligence professionals are increasingly sought by businesses, governments, and the military as well. So bachelor degrees and master's degrees that we have in these fields, and they are growing. So each year, it seems like we are potentially adding a new degree program because we are always evolving and we are always innovating. So cyber intelligence and security, global conflict studies, homeland security, these are all open to international students, whether you would stay and work for, say, the private sector here in the US, or go back to your home country, work for the government, work for another private firm, whatever that may be. Master's degree is same thing, human security and resilience, information security and assurance, safety science, so those types of things as well. And then we come to applied sciences. So at the core of applied sciences and math is research. So this is very research focused. Weather patterns, human behavior, technology, aerospace, global security, whatever your focus is, there's definitely a research component that involves solving real world challenges. So in terms of applied sciences, we have aerospace physiology, which is that pre-med program I talked about, applied biology, applied meteorology, communication, computational mathematics, if you're really into math, computer science, forensic biology, or forensic psychology as well. So again, those are pre-med, human factors psychology, meteorology, and then if you're really into gaming, simulation science, games, and animation. We do have internships with EA Sports. They definitely come to our career fairs as well. PlayStation, Sony, whatever it may be, we definitely have students that have gone on to work on projects either during their program here or gone on to secure a position with them. We do have master's degrees and a doctorate in human factors as well. All right, so now just jumping into our specific campuses. We do have 2 beautiful residential campuses, as I talked about previously. Daytona Beach, Florida is where I'm currently located. It's a little bit closer to you than Preston, Arizona. However, they both offer amazing environments, amazing views, amazing labs and facilities. They're both highly ranked in our programs, in our faculty, in our facilities. Essentially, you could think that we're the same campus. It's just geographically we're very different. So Daytona Beach, Florida. I actually have a video that I'm going to show you, so you can see for yourself the campus life of Daytona Beach.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
All right, so that was a little glimpse into the Daytona Beach campus. So specific facts about Daytona Beach. So we are located on the eastern coast of Florida. So we are about 10 minutes away from the Atlantic Ocean. Spring break capital of the world, Daytona Beach is known for. NASCAR was actually started here as well. So we are adjacent to the Daytona Beach International Airport, as well as the International Speedway as well. So, which is pretty cool. 6,000 undergraduate students, about 700 graduate students. We represent over 107 countries on our campus. So we are, this number is actually a little bit lower than what it is now, but we're actually about 19 to 20% international. So we do have many different international students on our campus, very diverse. We have different types of food, different types of faith centers, different types of clubs and organizations. So we definitely cater to our international students. You will not be the only one from Turkey. You will meet students from everywhere. So that's a little bit about Daytona Beach. We do have some information about Prescott campus as well.
GC, go, guidance, go, FIDO, go, prop, go, GNC, go, Max, go, Google, go, Ecom, go, FAO, go, ACO, go.
All right, so that was a glimpse into life at Embry Riddle Aeronautical University in Prescott, Arizona campus. So as you can see, a beautiful aerial shot of the Prescott campus as shown before as well. So Prescott, Arizona campus is a little bit smaller. It is located, as I said, at the foothill of the Bradshaw Mountains. In Prescott, Arizona, it's about 2 hours north of Phoenix. If you're familiar with that, you can see on the map. We're a day's trip away from the Grand Canyon, day's trip from LA. Which is where Hollywood is at. Universal Studios is there, and Nevada, so Las Vegas is pretty close as well. So 3,000 undergraduate students. There's close to probably 70 to 75 graduate students now. 41 countries are represented on the Prescott, Arizona campus. And again, this is a little bit higher, so it's about 9 to 10% international on that campus as well. All right, we do offer Embry Riddle Asia. So we have a campus in Singapore. They do not offer all the programs that we do at the residential campuses. However, they do have great programs that are available. So aeronautics, aviation business administration, engineering. So they do have a lot of business-related programs. You are able to travel to our Singapore campus and so get a great education from Embry Riddle. All right, Embry Riddle Fast Facts. So 94% of served Embry Riddle graduates are employed or are continuing their education within 1 year of graduating. So that means that you have a great return on investment. So whatever you put into it, you're pretty much almost guaranteed to get out of it. So internships, co-ops, those types of things, research opportunities during your time at Embry Riddle. You can make network contacts, work with our career services, go to the Career Expo, you know, and secure a job even before you graduate. So if you're able to stay in the U.S. or want to stay in the U.S., you can continue with your education as well. We have over 137,000 alums around the world. So like I said, industry partners, networking contacts. You know, once you graduate, you are part of our alumni network for life. So you are an Eagle for life. You're able to reach out to any one of our alums in that network, and you're able to continue to grow your contacts as well. So employment outcomes, these are some of the employment outcomes, as I kind of alluded to as well previously. So we have a lot of airline partners, you know, Boeing, FedEx, NASA, the Army, you know, all different types of things. JetBlue, Piper, Bombardier, Diamond Aircraft. So we have a lot of our students that go on to create their own companies. You know, we have an incubation center, as we call it, our Microplex Research Center, work on projects, work with these organizations in there. They have a specific space where you can develop an idea and then eventually grow it. Preparing for success, student employment. So just really quick about student employment in the United States in general. So students can work 20 hours per week during the school year, up to 40 hours per week during school breaks on campus. You're not eligible to work off campus. However, if you have an internship or research opportunity off campus, it needs to be part of your degree program, and I will talk about that in the next slide with CPT, Curricular Practical Training. So sample jobs could include lab technicians, IT support, tour guide, admissions support. You could be a schedule on the flight line, whatever that may be. All campuses are different, but they do have this available on the F1 student visa. So in terms of campus life and student activities, Daytona Beach, we are NCAA Division II ranked. So what does that mean? We compete on a national level with the NCAA Division II other schools. We do also offer sports scholarships as well. Prescott, same thing. They're part of the NAIA, so they do still compete in their conference, and they are able to provide sports scholarships as well. So baseball, basketball, cross country, golf, outdoor track, soccer, wrestling, volleyball, rowing. So it kind of depends on what sport you're interested in. If you're not interested in competing, we still have intramural sports. We have all these different clubs and organizations on our campuses, over 200 of them on each campus, which is pretty cool. Cultural, Greek life, honorary, special interest. So if you're into paintballing, Quidditch, music club, skydiving club, rocketry, anything like that. Professional, so we have women in aviation, women in engineering. We have military as well. So just kind of depends on what you're interested in. Make sure you get involved no matter where you go to school, because involved students are more successful. You're going to meet friends. Who doesn't want friends, right? So you want to make sure that your time on that campus is well spent. And you're able to get the most out of it. You don't just want to sit in your dorm room, study, and then leave. You know, you want to actually have the experience. And a lot of institutions here in the United States can provide that experience to you as well. All right, so preparing for success. This is kind of what I was talking about before with working while a student. So curricular practical training is CPT. It's directly related to your field of study. It happens when you are completing your degree program. So again, if you get an internship, say at Delta in Atlanta, then you're able to work, say, take an entire semester off, go up there, you know, intern with them, receive college credit, and then come back and continue on with your degree program. OPT is optional practical training. So this happens after you graduate. Authorization does come from the US government. It takes 3 to 5 months to be approved. You're automatically provided with the 12 months if you are approved. And then if you study in the STEM field, science, technology, engineering, or math, you're eligible for up to an additional 24 months. So you could stay in the US for up to 3 years after you graduate with your bachelor degree, and then again with your master's degree, working for an organization or a company in the US on your student visa, which is pretty cool. All right, so really quick in terms of tuition, for our residential campuses, total for non-flight students is around $52,000 US per academic year. But that includes tuition and fees, it includes your books, It includes your on-campus housing and a meal plan. So that's everything encompassed. In terms of graduate, it's around $33,700 US. Again, tuition and fees, room and board, and books. Flight training is going to be additional. So that's an additional $15,000 to $25,000 US per year, and that's only available through the Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Science, so at the undergraduate level, and only available at our residential campuses. In terms of worldwide or online, they are quite more affordable, as you can see. Tuition is around $10,300 US per year. Same amount of classes, same grade teachers, and then books and supplies are estimated. So about $11,500 US per year. So it takes the same amount of time as well. So same thing with graduate, around $9,700 US per year. These are online, or we do have some worldwide campuses sprinkled around the United States and around the globe that you could potentially study through, but they only have limited amount of programs. So in terms of scholarships, we do offer scholarships at the undergraduate level and the graduate level. At the undergraduate level, they are based on the SAT or ACT test results and your high school GPA. If you are currently in a university or a college, we would base you on your transfer GPA only. In terms of the graduate programs, we do offer assistantships. So what that means is once you are admitted and you come to the United States on our campus, you would be eligible to interview for and be hired for an assistantship, which is where you would work for a department on campus, and they would provide either a stipend or a tuition waiver for your tuition. So potentially you could have a free bachelor or a master's degree. You would just have to pay, you know, all the other expenses, housing, meal plan, those types of things out of pocket. They do also offer some partial merit scholarships at the graduate level based on your GRE or your GMAT scores and your undergraduate GPA. All right, so really quick going through the undergraduate and graduate so we have time for questions and answers. Application, just complete it directly on our website. We do not utilize the Common App. You'll just, you know, apply on our website. So $50 application fee usually, but since you came to my presentation today, I will waive that for you. So it's free for you to apply. Submit your application, use the code DCNS. This is the same as under the graduate as well, and I will show you that on the next slide. But we do need your official high school and or college transcripts. We need your official TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo. We do accept Duolingo now as well. Online, only $49 US to take, and it's pretty simple. They have practice tests as well. So SAT or ACT scores are optional only if you have only gone to high school and you're interested in merit scholarships. Foreign credential evaluation may be required. It's not always required. It will be on your checklist. However, submit your transcripts to us. We'll let you know. Optional is recommendation letters and a personal statement. And then required after admission for your I-20 document that you'll get for your student visa appointment. We would need an affidavit of financial support that proves funding for at least 1 year's worth of study, and then a copy of your passport as well. All right, and then moving on to graduate, same thing pretty much. Instead of the personal statement and recommendation letters being optional for undergraduate, they are required for graduate. So statement of objectives, they require a resume, again, official TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo scores, all your official college transcripts, and you need to complete the foreign credential evaluation on that if you went to college or university outside of the United States. Some programs require the GRE or the GMAT, not all. So depending on the program you're interested in, we'll definitely tell you whether it is required or not. We need 3 recommendation letters as well, 2 professional or 2 academic and 1 professional. And then affidavit of financial support and copy of passport is for the visa as well. And that comes to the end of my presentation. So you're clear for takeoff. So some advice that we want to give you before coming to any university, become familiar with academic trends and employment options in your country, explore beyond the obvious career paths, consider the school's on-campus resources, including aircraft simulators, any libraries, fitness centers, wellness centers, anything like that, food. Find and read books that are about areas that interest you. Just know before you go, know about the area, know about the school, know what you want to do, and then keep an open mind and explore your options for studying abroad. So even though you are going to be studying abroad, if you come from your home country to the US, you are still eligible to go to another country during your time here. So you could take an entire semester off and go, say, to Europe and study at one of our partner institutions for a semester, live in their dorms, go to their classes, learn the culture, learn the language, and still receive that credit, just like you would have stayed at your home university. You know where you're going, and we can help you get there. So you can fly an airplane, design an engine, lead an industry, predict the weather, and explore outer space as well. So you can contact us, any one of our campuses. We are definitely here for you. We're able to answer any questions you may have, provide more information, provide insight, whatever that may be. So yeah, without further ado, we can probably start with questions. And hello, everyone. I'm just now seeing the chat, so thank you so much for that. So, okay, yeah, we will be able to start the questions. So, this first one is from Nikati. So, do you have any academic partnership or collaboration agreements with Turkish universities? If you have, which Turkish universities? I don't know off the top of my head. I want to say that we do probably have at least one. I believe that we have agreements with many, many different universities around the globe. So, we can definitely send us an email. We can get you in contact with our Go Global or Study Abroad office, and they'll be able to provide you with specific information. So if you are currently studying at a Turkish university that we have a partnership with, you would potentially be able to come to Embry Riddle, study here, just like studying abroad, and then you would be able to return and complete your program at your own university. So yeah, please reach out to us. I'll be able to give you more information for that. All right, this next one, all master's courses duration 2 years. Is there any internship in 2 years duration? So master's courses are 2 years, every single one of them. There are research components to all of them. Like I was talking about internships. So you could potentially get, say, an internship after you graduate. You can stay in the US on that internship or on that temporary position through the CPT or OPT. So once you graduate, it would be optional practical training. You would have to have it be approved by the US government, and then you would be able to continue on with that internship. So that would be an option there. All right, our application requirements are the same for all locations. So great question. It should be. So with the residential campuses, they're pretty much the same. Asia may have their own application requirements, so reach out directly to Singapore if you have any specific questions. Worldwide Online, they require the foreign credential evaluation for any transcripts outside of the United States. So whereas at the residential campuses, typically we'll just accept them directly from your high school. The Worldwide Online campus does require them to go through that foreign credential evaluation process. In terms of, say, grad programs, GRE or the GMAT, again, it's just program specific. But in terms of recommendation letters, personal statements, they are mostly optional at the undergraduate level, required at the graduate level across all campuses. All right, so Faiza, great question. Do you offer pilot programs? Is it a bachelor's degree or the vocational course? So we are not just a flight school, unfortunately. We are an academic university, so that is coupled with our Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Science. So I hope that you were able to see that part of the presentation. So that is a program that we do offer. It's only at our residential campuses, Florida and Arizona. Not just vocational, you will graduate with a bachelor degree in aeronautical science, as well as all of your flight ratings and instrument ratings, whatever you will go through. Good question. All right, so this is a really great question as well. Can we get a conditional acceptance if we cannot meet the language requirement? Yes, so we do offer conditional admission. There are certain requirements for that. So we do have our own language institute here on campus. If you don't meet the language requirement, you're able to enroll in our language institute, and then you will be able to pass up to level 5, and then receive a recommendation, and that will satisfy your language requirement. You're eligible for conditional admission. The other way is to enroll in, say, it's called ELS specifically, ELS centers here in the US. We will grant conditional admission that way as well. If you do not enroll in either one of those approved programs, then we will not be able to provide conditional admission. However, You'll have to submit your TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo scores. But we would be able to tell you if you are admissible. So we can't process an admission, say on your behalf in our system, but we can look at your transcripts and let you know if you are admissible to your degree program that you would want while you're waiting to complete your language proficiency. All right, so Ida is asking, how about GPA requirements for masters? Do we have to take the GRE or GMAT score? So GPA requirements are a little bit different. Typically, all of our master's programs are looking for at least a 3.0. Maybe some of those more competitive programs, some more rigorous ones, like our engineering programs, may require at least a 3.5 out of 4.0. It just kind of depends. So every program coordinator has a little bit of a different requirement for their master's programs. GRE and GMAT are not required for all the programs either. So you can reach out directly to us. We can give you specific information about a program you're interested in. We'll tell you all the requirements, GPA requirements, whether you need GRE or GMAT, how to submit documents, how to reach out to the program coordinator. They'll be able to give you a lot more information as well. All right, so how is the accommodation fees in Daytona Beach? You have university dorms. So definitely we do. I went over that as well. So the housing is on campus. So we do have, we're actually building and almost complete with our phase 3 of our new residential housing halls. So that will actually be opening this August. So we have some single rooms, but those are typically for those that need the single rooms, whether it's medical or whatever it may be. Otherwise, you're probably going to have a roommate of some kind. We have brand new residence halls. We have some residence halls that are not so brand new, but they're still in good shape. So it just kind of depends. You're able to fill out a housing contract, and you're able to kind of choose your priorities for the housing that you would prefer. We do have housing tours online as well, so you can tour all of our different housing on campus. So you can just go to our website, daytonabeach.erau.edu, and then you can view our housing and be able to see all of that. All right, sorry I'm going a little fast. I just want to try to get through all the questions because we only have a couple more minutes. So would you suggest any engineering program if I intend to do careers in the USA? Which ones are the most advantageous? So I would just say do your research. Obviously, engineers are going to be needed everywhere in the world, whether you can find a position here in the US or outside of the US. So, obviously our bread and butter is going to be aerospace engineering. However, civil engineering is great, computer and electrical engineering. I would say any of our engineering programs are definitely, sought after everywhere. So not just here in the US, but everywhere in the world. But again, do research. We do have a portion of our website for career services, and it'll tell you like a career outlook specifically for our majors. Every single one of our majors are pretty much up there. So it's a great starting salary. There's great demand. So it just kind of depends on specifically what concentration of engineering you're interested in. So just making sure that you're able to decide that. And then that'll kind of help you out as well. So I would hate for you to choose something that you really hate, although maybe you can get a job with it. You should try to choose something that you are passionate about because that will definitely help. These courses are very rigorous, but I'm sure that you're able to handle that. But yeah, it can be a little bit of pressure, I would say. All right, Faiza is asking, can students get OPT after graduation? Yes, so I went over OPT. You are eligible for up to 12 months for any degree program in the US. It has to be approved by the US government. And then if you are enrolled in a STEM field, then you are eligible for up to an additional 24 months of OPT extension. And that's at every degree level. So like I said, you can complete your bachelor degree, say in aerospace engineering, stay in the US for up to 3 years if you're approved for that, work, internship, whatever that may be. And then you can begin your master's degree and then start all over after that as well. So another 3-year OPT extension after you complete your master's degree in the STEM field. All right, so great question. How long does it take to complete pilot training? So pilot training takes 3 of the 4 years. So it's only, again, available at the bachelor degree level. So that's a 4-year degree program in itself. International students usually don't start flight in their very first semester. You have to go through FAA clearance. They need to make sure that they have the certified flight instructors and ground school and all that good stuff. So, you know, typically it takes up to 1 to 2 semesters before you're able to begin your flight, depending on how long, you know, the FAA clearance takes, how many seats we have, whatever that may be. So you do still have academic courses that you take during the aeronautical science program. So you're going to be doing that while they start a company, or they start pairing you with the specific flight program, and then you'll eventually receive a flight block where you'll be able to begin with your specific flight training as well. So it will take 3 of the 4 years. Typically, everybody learns a little bit different, slower, faster pace, whatever that may be. Everybody's kind of on a different path. So typically in your second year, you're going to go through your certified flight instructor path and instrument ratings. And so then once you do that, you are guaranteed an interview if you would like to become a certified flight instructor for Embry Riddle on our campus. That'll help you build your hours, get additional funding, all that good stuff too. So that is you know, one of the bonuses of our flight program. The other bonus is that we have the restricted ATP license, which means that you can become an air traffic pilot with 1,000 flight hours. So that's 500 less than the industry standard of 1,500. So there's only a select few amount of schools or institutions in the US that the FAA has even granted this to. So yeah, that restricted ATP license definitely helps out in order to become a pilot. All right, so there's another good question about flight. Do we need to have any special equipment for a flight course? So they will go over all the different equipment that you need. You're probably going to need some sort of an iPad, maybe need some sort of navigation device. They'll definitely give you a list of things that you need. That is going to be you know, what you need to get at that point in time of your flight training. So flight will definitely be able to give that information to you. All right. So this is another great question. Do you have specific application deadlines? Is it flexible this year? So I probably should have started off with this. We have rolling admission here at Embry Riddle. So what that means is if you submit your application up to a year in advance, we receive your documents, takes up to a week, and then boom, you get an admission decision. We don't gather applications like a lot of other institutions and then read applications and then provide admission decisions. So we do it as quickly as you're able to submit the application and provide us with your required documents. The application deadlines, typically for the fall, so say you want to start in August, it would be May 1st. So that's when we want to receive your application, all of your documents, and have you reviewed for admission. For the spring, it's going to be October 1st. So as long as you have at least 3 to 4 months to get your documents to us, and then once you're admitted, be able to obtain your U.S. visa, that's pretty much what you need. So we have in the past had some students that apply a month before the start term begins. Very hectic because we are still assisting other students as well. So we can't just drop everything and help that one student that applied very, very late. However, we do all that we can to be able to do that because we do offer that rolling admission. So good rule of thumb, apply at least 9 months up to a year before you want to begin. So if you want to begin, say, in the spring of 2022, you can begin applying now. You don't have to lock in an admission decision. If you gain admission, great. You would be submitting your $200 non-refundable tuition deposit to lock it in. However, it is not a contract, so you can back out at any point in time. We can defer your start term, say that something else happens like COVID, forbid that, but then we do have those options for you as well. So we are very flexible. We try to work with all of our students and applicants as best as we can. So just make sure you have enough time to give yourself. But again, you can always apply and then just generally, submit your documents. We will send you reminder emails letting you know. But yep, rolling admission, no hard set deadlines. The only program that we have a hard set deadline for is typically the Aeronautical Science program because we are already at capacity for that program for this coming fall. On the domestic side, so we still have a couple of spots for international students. So you are in luck if you're interested in coming and studying with us this fall for the flight program at the Daytona Beach campus. Get your application submitted as soon as possible. We still do have plenty of space available at the Preston Arizona campus. We are at the Daytona Beach campus just have limited space of runways, limited space of airplanes, whatever that may be. So with that, I believe that would be it. So if there's any other questions, let us know. Otherwise, yeah, Zeynep.
Yes, thank you for your answers, Bobby. I think you covered all of the questions. Also, could you please share an email address on the chat box? I know you shared on the presentation, but it would be more convenient for the participants to copy and paste.
There you are. And then all right, and then that's also the application, and then the waiver code as well to waive that $50 application fee too. But yeah, please reach out to us on international.admissions@erau.edu. Even if you're interested in a different campus, a different program, just reach out to us, and then we'll be able to filter you through wherever you need to go.
Yes, thank you very much again for your great presentation. And we had a good amount of questions, and you answered them all. We believe it was really a comprehensive and informative webinar for the attendees. Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Embry Riddle Havacılık Üniversitesi ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için Bobby'nin paylaşmış olduğu mail adresinden iletişime geçebilir ve linkleri inceleyebilirsiniz. Yarınki webinarlarımızda görüşmek üzere. Thank you again, Bobby. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
All right, thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.